guy must be a genius. It's a Longhorn, and he's been recognized. Let's see what this looks like. And here are the supplies you need for my class. You need your book, and I know that we offered a pickup. I'm sure they're going to offer another one, just because we cut a lot of things out of here, and you can have your computer open, your device open, and not having to flip all the way back and forth. It's probably going to be easier if you have the book like that. A composition notebook, college ruled, is the easiest to have. It just gives you more lines, obviously, than you'll need. Colored pencils, scissors, tape, and here's what your notebook, if we were actually here, would end up looking like, being this thick, full of all this stuff. So it becomes a huge resource, and it really is helpful. Inside here we have our different types of assignments. I'll add that in a picture later, but here's our rubric. It's real general: daily assignment, special assignments, example of how we do the vocab, and then we typically have everything then tossed in the back. Over here you have different types of assignments that we can do, lots of different choices. What I found last year at the end that was really helpful, song and rap, etc. like this, was to use videos. Videos allowed the kids to explain to me, like they would take pictures offline, or they would take their own drawings, or go outside and walk around and explain things to me. And it just really proved to me how much they were understanding. And this notebook gives you lots of different choices. And again, I'm going to attach some pictures of all these, and a file for the kids as well. See, I'm real big on my former students. Quite a few of them have gone on to do really big things, call it my wall of honor, so they're always sending me stuff. We have some that become doctors, OBGYN. You see Ben up there in the top right corner. He played for, or still plays for Nigeria, was able to be in the Olympics. Again, wall of honor part. That little girl, Emma, it's my kid. When they've signed, there's Ben. Ben, real proud of him, still keep in contact. That's his sister as well. All 4 kids, I think, went on and did something collegiate-wise. But Ben actually had an NBA stint for a while. Real proud of him. He keeps in contact. He works out with the same trainer my daughter does. Abby there with the volleyball. She just became a physical therapist. Got her master's in that, I believe it is. Okay. Misha, fastest kid ever in track, over there on the far left. And Ben, how cool is that? He was featured, he went to Tulsa and was featured on their regional Xbox. Really proud of my family. Emma, my youngest, is a real big active basketball player. She just joined SA Finest. Right now is enjoying that. She'll be at Harlan this year. There's me on the top left. My kids and my family. You see right there, that's actually Coach DeLeon. She is my sister-in-law. How funny is that? Here's more of my 2 girls. Mia is the oldest, Emma's the youngest. Mia is now a trainer at Harlan in the top orchestra as well. And then Emma and I, and her teammates obviously, we won a championship last year, which was really cool. 2 years in a row, undefeated. You saw our team, we did not pass the eye test, we're small. More of my family. And then even more of them. And again, there's a really cool mean mug shot that we took, and former players as well. Brittany in the middle there, she actually is one of the directors for PGC, Point Guard College. It's all over the country and Canada as well. Hi, I'm Mr. Flores, your 7th grade science teacher this year. I go by a couple of different names and tell you a bit about myself. I go by Coach Flores since I coach the girls' sports here at Folks. I've been doing that for about 15 years now. And I also go by C-Flow, and I was given that nickname by a student years back, I think about 15 years ago, when I was at Rawlinson Middle School. It just stuck. I have kids that call me that, teachers, parents, even my own daughters called me C-Flow when they were little. I'd like to welcome you to our new normal. Typically we're face-to-face with this, but this is how things kind of have to work for now. But we're still going to make it work. All right, and I showed you some previous things when I walked into my room about what you need for my class. It's pretty simple like that. It's not going to be very complicated. Since this is new for us and we're on Schoology, using that, we're all going to be learning the process together. So if I can put you at any kind of ease, hopefully this will put you a little bit there. I'm going to try to go slowly, just because at the end of last year, something that I noticed is that the kids will start to fall behind. I don't want that to happen. So you may have some dead time where you're like, well, I finished that assignment. That's okay. I'd rather that be the case than lose kids all along the way and then trying to pull people all in. Okay? Bear with me. I have notes that I want to be sure that I go over with everybody. This is my 24th year teaching. I have 2 daughters. Mia is a 16-year-old junior at Harlan. She's a trainer and in top orchestra. And I have a freshman, Emma, who is more of a basketball little stud. She's signed up right now for the JV varsity period. Of course, her goal is to make the top one, but we'll see. Just excited about how my daughters are doing at the next level. And I, too, am going to be very confused, if any of you parents are, on how things are going to work, because apparently high school is working a little bit differently than we are here in middle school. So in terms of I got to get my kids to school in a way, we're all in the same boat together. Okay, so just remember that, as I know anxieties and stresses will build up. I'm on your side, and I'll be figuring out things as well. So email me is usually the best way of communicating, because I can check that at any time. I coach, so I'm not too sure when I will be available for like other things. The email is the best way for me to get back to you, because I can do like at 10 o'clock at night or whatever the situation may be, okay? And it's chris.flores@nisd.net. There's another teacher in the north side. He goes by Christopher on his email, so please, that's not him, that's not me. Again, mine is Chris, CHRIS .flores@nisd.net. And I know that it's already on Schoology, I saw that, but just to kind of clarify on that. I'm a San Antonio native, born and raised, went to Holmes High School, graduated from there in 1990. My wife is from Carrizo Springs, and the reason I say that is because I can't go anywhere without meeting somebody that has a tie to Carrizo Springs, which cracks me up because the town's like 3,000 people. I came from a school of 3,000 people, and I run into more Carrizo connections than ever. In fact, last year I taught a student whose mom was taught by my wife way back in the day. So it's just one of those things. We're getting up there in age. When I was at Holmes, I played basketball, so that's really my big sport. I love everything about basketball. Claim to fame there is I played against Shaq and against Bo Outlaw. I'm only 5'7", so that was quite an experience to be able to see that type of talent as high school kids. I went on to UT Austin, got my degree in education and biology. Then I came home and got my master's degree in counseling from UTSA. So those are my credentials, I guess you can say. Grading policy, 40%, same as last year, but if you're new, it's 40% tests, 40% lab, and 20% daily. With my class, what I typically do is like saying you can't redo daily grades. It's major assignments that we can redo, and that's going to be your labs and your tests. I will also have on Schoology the copy of the form that I ask kids to fill out if they want to redo things, and I encourage it. It's just a matter of accountability, because sometimes kids will walk in and it's like, yeah, I want to redo something. I'm like, well, what? I don't know. So the responsibility on the student, which has worked out very well I've done it about the past 3 years. It's worked out really, really well for kids to stay responsible, because we're starting to get to that point. And I did the same thing with mine, where it's not up to us anymore. We're trying to kind of push them to be more self-reliant. Okay, and that's what those forms are about. And it's nothing complicated. It's just more of an accountability type measure. Policies. From what I'm understanding, the first beginning part of class, we will be available to y'all, to everybody, like in a live type setting, and that's where I can see the kids and mark them attended. I think if they finish an assignment, I can mark them in attendance. So if they missed the in-person thing, and then also if they finished or made progress on an assignment. That's what I'm understanding as of right now. Of course, more clarity could come at any point. But that's one of the main things, is for the attendance part of it. And like I already said, with the late work and things like that. For me, that notebook, the reason I have that notebook is it's kind of like allows you to put everything that we do in one spot. Granted, we won't have all those copies and things like that now. It's going to look different. But that is also a way of keeping the kids organized, and it really did help out quite a bit. And I typically had on the board showing them what I had in my notebook. Hopefully that will hold true for you as well. Okay, I'll try to have this filled out daily as well, so we can see our activities and such. So let me go ahead and stop at this point. I think if I've addressed a lot of what you need right there, you know, again, tutoring is something that's going to be offered as we figure out how. Okay, so that's going to be probably something I end up posting again later. But as of right now, I have to get my daughters to Harlan, and I don't know what time frame that is and when that starts up. But normally I'm available in the mornings, not after school, because I coach. I direct coach the 8th graders after school, and I'm understanding sports will continue. Okay, but again, I'm new to Schoology as well, so we're going to figure that out together. And it does look like it's a little bit cleaner. And I'm going to try to have mine set up to where, like, it's Monday. Here's the folder. You click into that and everything we did on Monday. Then Tuesday, there's a folder and everything we did like that. I don't really like that continued look of like how Facebook. I think that gets a little bit oversensitized. But again, I'm going to stop right now. And then I'll post another video that's going to be about just me, if that's something that you want to find out about. And that way I don't waste any of your time. All right, well, welcome. And again, you know, email is the best way to get in contact with me. And let's get this thing started and find out how it goes.